Am I wrong for refusing to care for my 92-year-old grandparents? I, 28F, am facing a dilemma with my 92-year-old grandparents, who are visiting for 3 weeks. I was their part-time caretaker and helped run my grandfather's business until he retired, and they moved up north to live with my oldest aunt, 69F. The plan was to split their time between my mother's house and my aunt's house nearby, a 5-bed, 2.5-bath house with lots of space. However, my aunt is out of town and agreed to let them stay only if another aunt, 65F, retired, stayed with them. My grandparents cannot be left alone due to my grandmother's mobility issues. For the weekend, they stayed at our small cottage, 2-bed, 1-bath. They can't stay with us during the week because my mother's job is physically taxing and needs her own bed, and because there's no one to watch them. Alongside my day job, I run an online business from 5 to 12. Last week, my in-person job unexpectedly closed for this week. I was fine with it because I knew I'd have extra time to focus on my business. But once my aunt found out I wasn't working this week, she changed her mind about watching them. She was supposed to cook dinner for them on Sunday, but instead went out on our boat with friends. Yesterday, I heard a noise outside and found that my aunt had dropped off my grandparents without notifying. I found my grandmother in our driveway seconds from falling onto power tools. If I wasn't there, she would have been seriously hurt. After I made sure she was safe, I left to find my aunt and ask her to come get them. She was sunbathing. I feel like I've done enough for them and I need to focus on my own life. They have 7 kids and 22 grandkids that can watch them besides me. They've taken advantage of my kindness in the past. I never got paid for the work I did with my grandfather or for being their caretaker, and I'm done. The next day, I parked my car at the end of our long driveway to deter my aunt from dropping them off. My aunt blew up at me for this and came to my house screaming at me. She also asked if my grandparents could stay at my mother's house from Weeds to Fry, because she needed to drive 4 hours home for some documents she forgot to bring with her. I declined, explaining that although I work from home, I can't supervise my grandparents. I told her it was unfair to place this responsibility on me, and that if she's going to commit to looking after them, then she needs to take on all of the responsibilities associated, especially since I'm not their child, just their grandchild. I suggested she take them with her if she really needed to go. She exploded at me, claiming I was making my grandparents feel unwelcome, and tried to contact my boss's wife. Fortunately, my boss's wife agrees with my stance. My aunt has since taken them with her to retrieve her documents. Am I the asshole for refusing to watch them? Was I in the wrong here?